let's move on in the NBA. First thing we are talking about is Zach Collins having surgery yet again. He's a guy who has played 60-some games his first year, 77 his second year, played 11 games last year, will not play a single game this year, has not played a game this year, and probably will miss the remainder of this season. Question I wanted to ask with this is not the usual, how will this affect the Blazers season? I want to go with what you threw out when you joined the call when it was me and Soapy just sitting here shooting the shit. Zach Collins has a potential qualifying offer at the end of this year. If you're the Blazers, do you even offer him the qualifying offer? Like, is this gonna how is this gonna affect Zach Collins' future with the Blazers?
I don't think you give up on the kid. He's been making progress. I mean, unlucky for the last 2 years. No doubt in my mind, he has not had a great, obviously last season pre-bubble hurt, and then he came back for a couple games, then gone again for the bubble. So like that, very unfortunate timing. Just snake bitten, and then to start the season, literally just done off the bat like that. So basically 2 years of not playing basketball out of your rookie deal. It's tough. And especially someone who came in the league with like, this guy was the raw prospect on that team who like, it was like, we basically have to teach him to play basketball because right now, like he can do two things well, but outside of that, his game was not there. It was very much like limited purpose kind of a player. So I think it's going to be rough for him because we'd all seen it as like, this is his jumping off point. Last season, the averages had improved, even though in a short sample size, he still looked like, hey, this guy's going to be able to contribute. And if we got a legit 4, we got a legit 5, we got guys who can go on at both guard positions. Like this is a loaded team this year. It's a big hit for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm excited because Harry Giles might get more minutes because Zach Collins is not there. So that's good news for me. But I think that you're still going to offer him the qualifying offer out there.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you don't go for an extension. I think that's the situation is like, I know a lot of these guys are already thinking extensions in their minds.
Yeah.
Get that 4-year 70, 4-year 60 bag. I don't think Zach Collins is worth that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's proven that yet. So I think you do have to just put out like that offer out there. Float something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. How the qualifying offer in the NBA works is the qualifying offer that the Blazers could throw out is it's a $7.3 million deal, round up 7.4. And the cap hold would be about a 13.5 cap hit for the Blazers. Now, the qualifying offer, if Zach Collins doesn't sign it, he's basically treated like an RFA, right? Like a team could offer at him, and then the Trailblazers would either match or not, right?
Correct.
And that's all. That's all if Zach Collins is like, no, I don't want this qualifying offer. Which I'm not saying that would happen, but who knows,
right? It's only 7 mil.
7.3, yeah.
Yeah, and again, literally on 12/19, there was an article that came out about Portland Trail Blazers will not negotiate contract extension with Zach Collins. So they were basically saying, hey, 4th year, he will become a restricted free agent at the end of the season. They had the opportunity to extend him already. They chose not to. Yeah. And they want to see how the season played out. So I think that this turns into a I don't know. Does it turn into a prove it contract, like a 1-1, a 2-1?
I was gonna say, does this turn into, because by saying they weren't going to extend him at the end of this year, they can still offer him the qualifying offer, right?
Right, he's still a restricted free agent. He's just not getting an extension because they would have had to do a long-term extension before this season.
Good point. My thought is, does this turn into a Lowry Markkanen situation of, hey, we'll offer you the qualifying offer. Zach Collins will probably take it because what other team is going to offer him a contract coming off of I didn't say the exact injury. It is a left ankle stress fracture. Is what the surgery is. Like, not the biggest of injuries, but like...
No, but it's a big injury for a big.
Yeah, for a big as well. You're right. Would it be a Lowry Markkanen situation of, hey, here's a qualifying offer. No one's going to offer you a contract, so you're probably going to take this. And then it's just like, all right, I got 1 year to prove it. 1 year to prove that I can stay healthy, because Lowry Markkanen's kind of the same thing. Yeah, his was different because he actually got to the table of, hey, I want 20 mil, and the Bulls said no. But there's a part of it that Lauri Markkanen's had been bitten by the injury bug a little bit, but just not on the
Lowry
same
was
case.
Same thing. This was Zach literally had surgery on his left ankle in August. Oh wait, is this? Yeah, this is the second surgery on that ankle in a couple of months. Like that's where it's like
for a big, like, that's troublesome.
It's huge. It's huge. So I like Zach Collins. I don't think he's worth, he might get like a 2-1, or he might just it might just be the qualifying offer of the 1 year, and we'll play it out and we'll see what happens kind of deal. Like, I'm more in favor of, hey, see if he'll sign a 2-1 with the team option at the end. Do a 3-year, $40 million kind of deal. Like, he's worth,
because they can go over the
like
cap to keep him.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. Like, they are already going to be there, so it's like you want to keep somebody with upside. So, like, I think 340 is probably fair with his injury history. He's only had 2 full seasons to play. They might be able to get him for 330. Like, it might be a 10 mil. The 10 mil just seems too cheap for someone with his upside still. So that's why I think 340 is reasonable. Even with the injury going on, like, that might be fair. But we'll see. I mean, another team could go ahead and just fuck it up and be like, hey, we want a big man who has the upside of Zach. Let's go ahead and offer him a 4-year, 4-year 50 or something like that.
Like, I would say, I'm not saying this team for sure, but it just feels like a thing like the Magic would do. Like they kind of did by trading to. I'm just saying, like, hey, let's get him on here. Our timeline's not exactly. We can, like, a Markelle Fultz thing where I know that was more of a trade, but like hey, let's bring him in kind of a thing.
The Thunder have the cap room to fuck with anybody. Yeah, they can make deals and they can flip things. I mean, that's the one I'm like, if there's one team in the NBA who has the cap to do something with it, it's Thunder. So I'd see them doing it. There's a couple of teams who can take shots and try to fuck up, the Blazers by, whatever there. But yeah, I'm not done with him. I think the Blazers shouldn't be done with him. I like his upside still, but he has got to string together somewhat of a season next year. Like, if he misses fucking 10 games next season, like, you just cut ties. You're like, dude, I'm sorry, you are the unlucky. You're not Gordon Hayward unlucky, but you're pretty fucking unlucky.
Because the contracts that'll be up at the end of the year, Zach Collins, RFA, Enes Kanter and Harry Giles are both UFAs. Melo's a UFA. Gary Trent's going to be the big RFA to try to keep him. Maybe a team offers a contract at him.
He was slaying it out there.
And then Derek Jones has a player op, and Rodney Hood's contract next year is not guaranteed. So they can move on from Rodney Hood if they want to. Last thing I'll ask that we haven't hit is, does this affect the Blazers season a lot or a little? Because I don't think it's not enough.
I think it's a little.
Okay.
I think it's a little. I think they have to expect Harry to stay healthy and to foul less. I think that he will be the big guy who has to step up here. I've been a huge upside guy on him for years now, literally since his high school. Playing time, watch him, suffer through injury after injury. Disappointing year of college where he's still literally rehabbing. Like, I'm excited to see him with more playing time because obviously they do have Kanter out there, but like,
Kanter's been he's doing well though.
He's doing well.
3 games.
Yep.
Averaging 22 minutes a night too.
I'm just hoping that we get to see a little bit more of my boy Harry out there.
Dave's like, I want to see Harry yam it down. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, they got wing depth. It's just that second big. That was always a concern. Zach could stretch the floor and play really good defense. Harry might be able to at least play the defense. His floor stretching, maybe mid-range, but like, he can't really shoot a bunch of threes. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I mean, the Blazers are still a very strong team in the West, which is already ridiculously stacked.
Yeah.